Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. So glad to have you with me this afternoon. This is the third in our series of 3 webinars to experience healing online and see how it works, to understand a little bit more about health kinesiology and matrix energetics and how I work as a practitioner, and to get you some healing, to get your body to do what it's supposed to do. Your body knows how to heal itself. Your body has everything it needs to heal itself, except sometimes some of those patterns get damaged or short-circuited or lost, and we need to reprogram the body's ability to do what it needs to do. And that's what energy work is all about, giving you the patterns that you need to heal yourself. We call these healing sessions, but I'm not actually doing any healing, just in case you weren't familiar with that. I don't do the healing. I simply facilitate the patterns, the information, the light and energy, the stress that your body needs to change in order for it to heal itself. You are your own healer. Everybody is their own healer. And so I really want to stress that I'm not doing this healing. I'm helping you get your body to do what it needs to do. You heal yourself. The more you put into it, the more focused attention, the more you work with the energy, the more you will heal yourself. But I'm so glad you joined us today, and let's see what we can do. Looking at the list here, it looks like we have quite a big group on today, which is awesome. Thank you all for joining. I'm very much appreciated. And some of the issues that are coming up here. One lady who was paralyzed several years ago, half of the body, and looking for ways for the body to restore that information flow through the nerves. Awesome. Another with tight hip muscles and lower back pain. I'm sure many people resonate with the lower back pain, so we'll certainly put some patterns out there for that. 3 different ones looking for some help around different financial patterns, whether it's making more money, having more clients, getting debt paid off, whatever the issue around financial patterns are, we want to look at financial patterns there. And a number of you have mentioned accident trauma. So you've had a car accident or a fall or a work injury, and you're dealing with trauma from physical trauma from those injuries, as well as I'm sure some emotional trauma from those injuries as well. So we want to look at the accident trauma piece. 2 with thyroid and 1 with adrenals. So we're going to have a little bit look at that. We have another go at the lupus that we started yesterday. We're going to do a little more for lupus this time. One of you asking for some adjustment in your iron levels. That's another one on asking for a steady stream of clients. So we have some more therapists on here. Very glad to have you. So glad you're joining us in this. It's wonderful to share together. So with that, let's get ourselves balanced. If you're new to these, then I'm going to explain the whole balance piece again. If you've been with me for the other 2 days, you'll understand it. With balance, what we're looking at is getting all of your meridians running in full circles in the right direction, talking to each other, and coordinating with your brain. Because if the body can't send signals around, if the signals are getting stopped or short-circuited or reversed, then the body can't send the healing information that it needs. When the body isn't sending signals properly, we can't accurately use muscle testing to identify what it is we're going to do. And that's how I work, is I use the muscle testing. So we want everybody nicely balanced. And to do that, we use the thymus tap. So again, your right hand going on your left chest, just above your heart. And you're going to go in nice firm taps up and away from the heart, and then just in a circle around the thymus. So if you take your hand just at the collarbone with the nice bones that stick out there, the width of your hand is about the size of the circle that you want. So that's the size of the circle you want, and you're just going to tap nice and firmly. That's a big, heavy bone there. So you want to tap right through that bone because your thymus gland sits underneath that bone. So it's called the thymus tap because we're waking up the thymus gland in there and telling it to get going, do its job. Say, coordinate everything that it needs to coordinate. The thymus gland is the master gland for your immune system. And so it plays into all of the different meridians. So you're just going to tap there for a minute or 2. Also, if you haven't had water, please make sure you get a drink of water. Notice my water all has a magnet on it. We could talk about magnetized water later, but it's a very good way to help water get into your cells. So make sure you've had enough water. If you've been drinking coffee with caffeine, or even a lot of green teas with a level of caffeine, or things with sugar in it, then you're going to need more water to balance that off. Those things are all acid, and so then you'll need more water to balance it off to get your system hydrating properly again. So just some tapping there. And I'm feeling a few of you are struggling to get balance, so I'm just going to put some of my Cosbats on here and send you out some energy. Your body will pick up the signature off of this and get what it needs. These are simply little batteries. They have copper wires, salt sands, various different things in them. Each one creates a slightly different electronic pulse and feeds information into the body. So you're welcome to just pick up that pattern from me and feed it into your body. And that will help balance you a little more quickly. Just kind of tells the meridians what they need to do. I'm just going to tape those on there well so that they stay put. And I think let's do the download connect again. This is an exercise that comes out of matrix energetics, but it's one that anyone can do anytime. A very good way to help just ground and clear yourself and get ready to do whatever we're going to do. So hands together. Frequency 1, download connect. We're connecting up to that whole morphic field of clearing and grounding. The morphic field that was set there. So download connect with frequency 1. Frequency 2, going to pick up all of the effluvia, all the garbage, all the junk in your aura. So all those little dark bits, pieces, whatever that doesn't belong there, you're going to gather it up and send it down to the ground, all the way to the bottom. Just imagine it going all the way down to the core of the earth, where the nice hot lava is going to clean it all up and bring it back up in a nice big circle of pink frequency 3. So just bring all that cleaned energy back, fill up your aura with nice pink energy until you just feel nice and full there. So frequency 2, pick up all the garbage and send it down. Frequency 3, bring it back up nice and clean and fill up your aura with nice, beautiful pink energy. And then we're going to do the spin. So left hand on the chest, right hand around the belly button. You don't have to have them on them. You're going to have them off of the body because you want to spin it, but that's the placement. So out from the body, 6 or 8, 10 inches, and then you're simply going to spin. So you're making this one go that way, this one go that way, and getting a nice double rotated spin in there. That's called a torsion field. That's how we want to be. That should help you just feel nice, grounded, centered, and clean. All right, that's feeling better. All right, I'm just going to check here and make sure we've got everybody balanced enough to work this way. Nope, still got a little bit out there. So a little more tapping around the thymus there. Sometimes it takes a minute or two. If you were in my office doing a session, we'd do it a little differently, but because we're doing it on camera this way and I don't have individual attention to you, we're doing it in a more general way that all of you will benefit from. And you're looking for that sigh or yawn or shift. You'll feel a shift, and then you'll know that your body's moving the energy and getting things done. So if you feel like sighing or yawning, please do. Don't suppress it. You want the energy to move. You don't want to kind of hold it in, let it go. All right, the whole group's feeling a lot better there. All right, we have energy permission to work together as a group. Awesome. All right, so for addressing all of these issues, looking at the underlying patterns where there are things that will assist many people, what is the best approach we can use today? Not body sequence, issue analysis, essential parties, meta-analysis, bioflow. That just tells me which protocol to follow. We could use many different ones. Often when we're working this way by distance, bioflow comes up because it's really easy for you to hold your own points and participate fully this way. We're putting a title on it? Nope, we're just going to work on the first one. So to address these issues that we have talked about here and to find the common patterns that need to change, where is the energy disturbance located that we're going to work on first? Not 0, 1, 2, bladder, kidney. So starting from the kidney meridian, going to not 0, not governing to the central meridian. And again, we're not going to index it the way we normally would. We would normally put this on a scale of 1 to 100 to see how well you're functioning, but as a group, it doesn't really mean much. So when you're in my office privately, we will do that. And how many items do we need to use to address the dysfunction in kidney 2 central? At least 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 3 of them. Right, the first one, energy going to come from what meridian? Not 0, not governing central. Going to not 0, 1, 2, not bladder, kidney. So we're going to use central to kidney. We're just going to reverse the flow to clean this one up. Central using endpoints, not 1, not 24. Kidney using endpoints at 1, not 27. And a word or a thought with this, a word off of the words list, a name, a sentence out of the sentence book. I have a list of common psychological issues that affect many, many people, so we'll pick the one that will do the benefit for most of you. Not on that side of the page, not those. From there up in that section, top 3, those. I deserve totality. Is that exactly what we want? Is that close to what we want? That's close. So we'll use that as a starting point and then we'll fine tune it a little bit. So I deserve totality. Are we using the word deserve? Yes. So I deserve, and we're going to change it a little bit. I deserve, we're looking for a synonym of totality? Yes. I deserve wholeness. Exactly what we want? No. Is that close? So somewhere between totality and wholeness, I deserve all that I need, want. I deserve all that I can dream. That's exactly the way we want it. I deserve all that I can dream. I deserve all that I can dream. That's a cool one because that each one of you then will think about that, applying it to your own situations, whether it be a financial situation or a client situation or a physical situation or a pain situation. I deserve all that I can dream. So let me just double check. I deserve all that I can. Yeah, that's testing good. So everybody is going to hold their own points as they think this. And I'll just monitor the group and then I will also do some matrix patterning at the same time to reinforce it with everybody. So very simple. With kidney 27, if you take your collarbone here, there's little lumpy things and then a notch in the middle. If you go to those little lumpy things and go straight down onto the bones down there, you'll find little soft spots where the ribs come onto the sternum here. This is your sternum and your ribs come in here. There's little soft spots between the ribs. So they're about the width of your, if you take your hand and make a U like that, not way out like this, but with these parallel, that's about the width that you want, right below the collarbone in those little soft spots there. Many people will find them a little bit ouchy. You don't need to push on them. You don't want to rub them. You're not creating force. You just want to make contact. So you just lay your fingers on it gently. And then the other one we want is simply under the chin in the little knot, or under the lip in the little notch of the chin. So you're going to hold those 3 points and sit back and relax and think, I deserve all that I can dream. I deserve all that I can dream. You keep holding your points. I'm going to use my hands to do some matrix to shift some patterns with you. I deserve all that I can dream. I deserve all that I can dream. Complete and robust, not quite, almost there. Some of you might be finished, but some of you still have some. Just stay on the thought and let it deepen and go through more layers. Often there's kind of layers that need to be done there. But just keep exploring. I deserve all that I can dream. Let's try that there. I deserve all that I can dream. Is that complete and robust? Did you hold it any longer? Everybody's got it. Perfect. All right, you can let go of those points and that thought. And we'll do the next one. Our energy to correct kidney to central is going to come from not 0, 1, 2, 3, not large intestine, lung, going to not 0, not governing. Lung to governing, lung using endpoints, not 1, not 11, governing using endpoints, not 1. And a word or a thought with that one. Word off the words list, a sentence off the sentence list again. On that page, not those. The top half. In there. I want to be appreciated. I want to be trusted. I want to cry. I want to have everything. I have the ability to succeed. I have the ability to succeed. I'm just writing it down so I don't forget as we're doing this. I have the ability to succeed. Lung 11 is very easy. Take your index fingers, these ones, to them over top of your thumbs to the far side. So it's what we're looking for is the outside, the base of the nail right there. So just take your index finger and stick it on top. And then we need governing 1, which is your tailbone. So you can just stick one hand behind you, whichever way is comfortable, and sit on top of your hand, and that will be close enough. Thinking, I have the ability to succeed. Exactly what we want. Good. So you're going to hold those points again. And again, you keep holding them and thinking while I do other things to send you some more patterns at the same time. So we kind of double dip in here, which is good. I have the ability to succeed. Apply it to whatever you need to apply it to. I have the ability to succeed. I have the ability to succeed. Complete, robust, not quite, almost there. Just let it settle in a little more. I have the ability to succeed. Complete, robust. Good. That one feels nice and firm. You can let go of those points in that pot for now. And the third one, energy going to come from that 0, 1, 2, 3, that large intestine, going to that 0, to governing central. Large intestine using endpoints, not 1, not 20. Central using endpoints, not 1, not 24. And a word right out with that one, a word off the words list to sentence out the book again. So doing those ones on this page. From there up, from there up, from there up in that section. I manage the conflict in my life. Is it exactly the way we want it? Close. Managing the conflict? No. Using the word manage? Yes. The conflicts. I manage the conflicts in my life. That's lovely. I manage the conflicts in my life. The lovely thing about these kinds of corrections is what we're actually doing is shutting off the stress response to it, so that when we are in the process of managing those conflicts or whatever we're doing, the normal response is stress comes up, fear comes up, we get into the fight or flight, and we get sabotaged, and we don't manage them very well. We get stuck at some point and can't work through it. So this correction will allow us to turn that stress response off, so that as you manage the conflicts in your life, you don't get sabotaged by the stress, and you'll be able to do it in a different way than you've been able to do it up till now. What it does for you is it takes out the stress from the equation and allows you to make different choices in the same situation. So you don't get knocked off kilter and caught off guard and unable to choose what you want to choose or do what you want to do. You know, most of us plan in advance and we know what we want to do, but in the moment it just kind of all goes out the window. Well, it goes out the window because the stress response comes up. These corrections allow us to turn that off, walk through it smoothly, and carry out our plan. So I manage the conflicts in my life. So you can think about, what are the conflicts in your life? How do you manage them? Who, what, when, where, why? Just kind of explore that one. And the points for this one are the central 24 again, which is very simple, right under the lip, and large intestine 20, which is on either side of the nose, just kind of off the corner of the crease here. So it's not on the nose, it's just on the skin at the base of the nose. So you can do it that way and stick your thumb, put your thumb here and a couple of fingers there, or you can do it separately, however you want to do it. You just get all three of those points. I manage the conflicts in my life. I manage the conflicts in my life. Complete and robust. You to hold it any longer. And we're going to do something to aid in the integration on that one. Essence of oil, a thought, a stone. A stone here that I can just send out to all of them. All right, what kind of a stone would this look like? Not those. A lovely piece of citrine here. And I have a sun ring, which is a radiator. So we're just going to leave this sit this here and radiate it all out to you. So you can all just receive that energy off of the citrine. Citrine is a stone very much for financial assistance, for creating consistent patterns, for allowing new levels of things to come into our lives. So it's a very, very good stone for this correction. I manage the conflicts in my life, and we're just going to let that radiate there for a minute. Just let that sit there for a second. You can all take a deep breath and relax. Just let things settle for a few minutes. Sometimes it's important to give your body time to just finish up those patterns that you were working on before we jump right into the next one. All right, that's feeling nice there. And you can go on to the next one. Are we doing another energy disturbance? Yes, we are. The next energy disturbance will come from between what two meridians? Not 0, 1, 2, 3, not large intestine, lung, going to not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not small intestine, heart. The disturbance is between lung and heart. And for that, we're going to do at least 1 correction. Energy going to come from not 0, not governing central, going to not 0, not governing. So central to governing, central using the endpoints, not 1, not 24. Governing using endpoints 1 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 21. Governing 21. And a word or a thought with that one, a word off of the words list. Go to my trusty words list. I love my words list. Looking for a gerund, a concept. Not those, not those. Those. In the eyes, in the top half of the eyes, from there up. Idea, identify, identity. Oh, what a lovely word, identity. So, central 24, you know, that's an easy one to get again. And then governing 21 is the anterior fontanel, the soft spot on the top of the head. If you're not familiar with your head anatomy, you take the base of your palm here, stick it between your eyeballs so the base of the palm goes right into the arch of the eyeballs, and then take your longest finger and simply lay it down, and wherever that fits is where yours is. So it's based, your hand is based in relationship to your head. So just stick it up there and right on the middle, the midline, right where that, so you're going to hold that there and this here, and you can switch hands whenever you want. It doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. You can lean on your elbow and put your head down. As long as you hold those 2 points, you can do whatever you want. And you're going to think about identity. Who, what, when, where, why, how, what is my identity? Sometimes particularly when we've had long-term problems, we tend to see my identity as, oh, I'm a diabetic, or, oh, I'm a this person, or, you know, I can't ever do that because I have this problem, or we tend to have our identity stuck in a particular way. When that becomes our identity, then it's hard for us to move away from those. So thinking about identity, you might want to think about what is your current identity, what you want your identity to be. Just open up and listen to spirit and allow spirit to tell you what your identity could be. Wherever it goes for you, just let it go and hold those 2 points. And again, I'll transfer out some energy for you here. Lots of fear patterns around that one. Just let those all go. Don't need them. A bunch of frustration patterns too. Fine, just let those all go. You don't need them. Identity. Identity. Complete, robust, not quite, just a wee little bit more. Identity. Complete and robust. You don't hold that one any longer. Awesome. And do we need to do something to integrate that one? Nope. Oops. Perfect. You can let go of those points and that thought. And we're doing another energy disturbance, number 3. Excuse me. Energy disturbance number 3 is coming from what meridian to what meridian? Where is the disturbance here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, triple warmer, going to not 0, 1, 2, bladder, kidney, triple warmer to kidney. And currently, how many items are we going to do for that? At least 1, 2, just one of them. And let's see, energy going to come from not 0, not governing, going to not 0, not governing central. Governing using endpoints, not 1, not 27. And central using endpoints, 1 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 24, 20, 21, 22. And a word or a thought with that one, a word off of the words list, a sentence out of the sentence book, going to make up one for this group. A word, a sentence, starting with I am, I can, I will, I must, just looking on the words list here for what word is going to capture all of you. Speak. I must speak. I must speak my truth. I must speak my desires. I must speak, I'm not using my. I must speak clearly, gently, out. I must speak out. I must speak out. Is that exactly what we want? And anything else to that? Just I must speak out. So however that comes out for you, who, what, when, where, why, I must speak out. Interesting for this set of things we're working on. Cool. Central 22 is, if you find your Adam's apple just below it there, that one. And governing 27 is the little spot just above your lip, below your nose, that little dip there. And remember, these are just skin contact. Don't push on them, don't rub. I don't want you leaving marks with your fingers. You just want skin contact. You don't want to push them down. Just enough to tell the point there, hey, you wake up and pay attention. I need you working here. So thinking, I must speak out. Whatever that relates to you. You can just say the words over and over. And if it takes you somewhere, follow it. If it doesn't, just keep repeating it. It'll work either way. I must speak out. I must speak out. I must speak out. Complete robust? Not quite. There's still a little something there for some of you. I must speak out. I must speak out. Complete and robust. Need to hold that any longer? Excellent. We can let go of those points. I must speak out is done. And then we're doing another energy correction here. Doing another priority. I'm doing something for integration. Another stone. Essence and oil. Visualization. An affirmation. An affirmation. Let's see. Let me pull up my. There are many, many lists of affirmations. I'm just going to have a quick look here at some that I have and see if this is what we want. One of these ones here. I can be my best self all the time. Oh, I like that. I can be my best self all the time. So just think that for a moment. Say it like you mean it. Say it out loud. I can be my best self all the time. Any points for that? No. So that's one that you can just kind of use for the next few days, weeks. We can test out how long, kind of days, weeks, at least 1, 2, for at least a week. Some of you might want to do it longer than that. At least once a day, twice a day, at least once a day. You can do it more if you want to. Just look yourself in the eye, whether you're just imagining it or looking actually in a mirror, and say, I can be my best self all the time. I'm going to leave that affirmation with you there. Alrighty, so that is all we're going to do for the actual healing session here. If any of you post chats or questions in the chat box, I can answer questions. I understand yesterday some of the questions didn't come through the chat box properly, so if you want to text them to me, you're welcome to do that. My text number should be there somewhere, 403-560-3625 if you don't have it. Or you can send me an email, which I can see as well here. So if you have questions, I'd be glad to answer your questions. In the meantime, while I give you a chance to send some of those questions through, I'd like to tell you about the program I'm starting. I've done one group of 8 with it, and it's been fabulous. Very, very good reviews from it, very good progress with it. I'm offering to do distance healing like this, but in private groups, no more than 8 people in a group. We'll try to focus the 8 people on sort of the same themes. So we'll do a lot of similar kinds of things in one group. Might put you in different groups according to what you need to work on. And those groups will be in a private seminar room. You'll only be by invitation only through a special link. No one else will be able to see them. And in those groups, then each of you will actually show up on the screen so that we can all see each other. We can all talk to each other. Everybody can speak, so you can ask questions, you can participate a little more fully. And we'll do very similar to this. We'll run 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how long it takes to finish any particular set of corrections that we're working on. A group will run for 4 weeks. So if you sign up for a group, it's 4 sessions of 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the individuals in that group. And then if you want to sign up for a second group, you're welcome to. If you want to switch to a group on something else, so if you are working on physical trauma from an accident, and then next you want to work on allergies, we might put you in a different group for that. So 4 weeks, once a week. Usually they'll be in the afternoons like this. We may do some morning ones for people who are out in the east or people who don't have afternoons available. So we'll just negotiate times with the group. Most of them will be this time of day. And each group runs 4 weeks and will be $200. So instead of doing an individual session with me, which a 90-minute session is $157, you'll get 4 sessions for $200. That makes it basically $50 a session. Can't get much cheaper than that for this kind of healing work. And I really know that you'll enjoy the group process, because the ones who have done it so far have really enjoyed it. So do please explore that. If you want to go on to my website, which is easthousehealth.com, me-Wed.com. You'll find them under the online courses. There's a whole bunch more detail there you can look at. There's also a sign up button down below here somewhere, or will be shortly. There should be a sign up button on your screen there somewhere. Or you can go directly to easthousehealth.com, look at the online courses, and it'll show up there as self-healing groups. If you have questions about that, please email me, phone me, whatever. I'd be glad to talk with you. I'm really trying to make healing more accessible to people, to allow you to get your work done in ways that are more economical for everyone involved, as well as you don't have to travel. I know a lot of you aren't in Calgary, and so traveling is an issue for you, and I understand that fully. That's why we're experimenting with doing it in this way. We'll also be offering some other training in this format, and so we're just getting more and more used to that as we develop these new tools. If you'd like to join one of the groups, please let me know. You can email me, you can go online and book it directly. You can phone me and talk to me if you have some questions first. One of the questions I see here coming up is, what's matrix? So I guess I said matrix energetics, and they asked what's matrix, they matrix fixed up. So what is matrix energetics? Matrix energetics is a healing technology. They don't like to call it a technique, it's a technology. It's a process through which we allow our bodies to let go of the current form that we're in, enter the field of all possibilities, pick a different pattern that we like better, and collapse that pattern back in. It's based on the concept that we are all nothing but patterns of light and energy interacting. So lots of torsion fields, lots of spins, lots of things going on, but all these patterns of light and energy that interact. And as the density of all these patterns come together, you become a physical being. So if one of those patterns isn't working very well, you sort of undo a little bit of it, pull that pattern out, pick a pattern you prefer and stick it in. And then that works its way into the overall pattern and changes who you are, how you operate, how your body functions. So it's a wonderful system. It's really the flip side to health kinesiology. Because in health kinesiology, we're taking the body, identifying a stressed item, allowing us to remove the stress off of that item so that it can resonate in a different way. With the matrix, what we're doing is we're actually taking a new pattern and sticking it in, allowing it to overtake the pattern that is there and change it. So in one, we're bringing patterns from out there into the physical, and in the other, we're taking the physical and sending it out there and saying, find a pattern you like and bring it back. So it really allows us to work from both sides at the same time. It's a fabulous course. Dr. Richard Bartlett is the one who teaches it. If you just look up Matrix Energetics online, you'll find it. Good question. Another question. Are we going to do groups that meet somewhere together? No, I could, but at this point, I'm just planning to do the online groups. So you can do it from the comfort of your home. You don't have to drive through the snow. You don't have to come into Calgary. It saves you all the driving time, even if you are in Calgary. So we're just going to do online groups at this point. If there is a demand for groups where 4, 5, 6 people want to meet together in a physical group, we can certainly do that. Either way works. But at this point, we're planning to do the online groups. Any other questions? Let me just check my email quick and see if anybody sent something through there. Nope, no new questions in there. All right. And let me just check my texts here to make sure we have no new questions in there. All right, that's a private question. I will answer them that. Someone says conversation is disabled on YouTube for this. That's not good. It wasn't disabled yesterday. We'll have to see if we can get it undisabled. So text me the questions. How soon will the group sessions start? I'm planning to do the next one group is already going, so they finished this week. They were my experimental group. They've been wonderful. Thank you so much if you were one of them. The new groups will start probably the week of the 24th, like next week, if I get enough people. A group has to have a minimum of 4 people in it. If we have at least 4, we'll go. If anywhere from 4 to 8, but no more than 8. If we have more than 8, we'll bump to a second group. So 4 to 8 people, they will start next week if possible. That way we can get in 4 weeks before Christmas. I don't want to leave it too late. I don't want to start in December because there'll be a break over Christmas. I'd rather get the 4 weeks in before Christmas. So that's why I'd like to start next week. So please let me know as soon as you can if you're wanting to do that, and we'll get that group going quickly. All right, if there are any other questions, please feel free to message me or email me. I would love to chat with any of you. I would also love to have your feedback. If you want to go onto the Facebook posts where you found the links to this, if you came off of Facebook and post a review or a comment or something there, I would love that. If you want to just send one to me on an email that I can then use as in my newsletters or whatever, I would love to have that. If you'd like to send me private comments, just say not for publication and I'll make sure that it doesn't get used for that. But I would love to have your feedback on how this experience went for you, what happened for you, how you felt it, and what outcomes you have from it. Remember, with all energy work, you want to notice what's different. So pay attention, even now, take a moment, notice what's different, what feels different for you. When you notice what's different, it allows you to measure and mark a new pattern and cement it in. When you go, oh, I feel the same, nothing's changed, your body thinks you don't want any changes, so it won't let any of those new patterns integrate in. When you go, oh, that's different, or oh, that's changed, or that seems a little different, or oh, I didn't react the same way there, then your body thinks you want those changes, and so it gives you more changes and cements them in. So you don't want to go to your old pattern and go, oh, I see it's the same. You want to look for the slightest little tiny changes. Sometimes you get amazing huge changes, but even if you only get the slightest little tiny changes, notice it, because that gives your body permission to keep changing. So yeah, notice those. Send me either something that I can use for advertising if you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate that. Or if you want to send me a private note, I'd be happy to have those too. I love to carry on the conversation. Thank you all so much. The replay link will be available if you'd like that. I will email them out or post them again. It is posted on the newsletter that went out as well today, I think. And we look forward to meeting you. And I'd love to see some of you in my groups. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Good night.